Welcome to Screen Hollywood, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome back to Screen Hollywood. I'm your host, Adam. If you're new here, join the Hollywood family and hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and hype button. And bookmark and subscribe to our news publication at screenhollywood.com. Now, a few months ago, we dropped a video discussing the whispers and the hopes for a potential Mummy 4. Since then, the internet has been on fire with speculation. But today, we aren't talking about if anymore. We are talking about when, how fast, and how big. I've been digging through the latest industry reports and some exclusive intel, and I have to tell you, Universal isn't just considering this sequel, they are sprinting toward it. We have major updates on the directing duo taking the reins, massive casting news that will make original fans scream with joy, and a production timeline that is moving significantly faster than anyone anticipated. The Brenaissance is in full swing, and it looks like the studio has finally realized that the world doesn't just want Brendan Fraser back, they want Rick O'Connell back. So, put on your boots and grab your torches because we are heading back into the tomb. Today, we're breaking down the latest production updates for The Mummy 4. Let's start with the creative force behind the camera. According to a major report from Screen Rant, the project has found its directors, and I couldn't be more excited. The duo known as Radio Silence, Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette, are officially in the mix. Now, if those names sound familiar, it's because they are the masters of the modern Legacy sequel. These are the guys who successfully rebooted the Scream franchise with Scream 5 and Scream 6. They also gave us the absolute blast that was Ready or Not and the vampire heist flick Abigail. Why is this huge? Because Radio Silence knows how to balance two very specific things: horror and heart. The original 1999 Mummy wasn't just an action movie, it was a scary adventure with a lot of soul. Radio Silence specializes in movies that feel fun, but still have stakes. They've proven they can take a legacy franchise, respect the original lore, and make it feel fresh for a 2025 audience. The Screen Rant report suggests that they are looking at a filming start window very soon. Rumors are pointing toward early 2026. This means the script is likely in its final stages of polish. Universal isn't letting this sit in development hell for another decade. They want cameras rolling while the Brendan Fraser love is at an all-time high. Now, let's talk about the news that actually made me cheer. A recent update shared via MSN and People has confirmed that John Hannah is expected to reunite with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. Yes, you heard that right. Jonathan Carnahan is back. For me, John Hannah was the secret weapon of the first two films. He provided that perfect comedic relief, that lovable rogue energy that kept the movies grounded. You can't have a Mummy movie without Jonathan complaining about his lack of treasure or his general desire to be anywhere but a dusty tomb. Hannah recently expressed his excitement about returning, and the report indicates that the studio is making the original trio the centerpiece of the film. This is a massive strategic move. Universal tried to do the reboot thing with Tom Cruise, and we all saw how that ended. By bringing back Fraser, Weisz, and Hannah, they are effectively telling the audience, "We heard you. This is the sequel you've been waiting 20 years for." Reuniting these three isn't just fan service, it's essential chemistry. The banter between Rick, Evie, and Jonathan was the heartbeat of the franchise. Seeing them as older, perhaps slightly more cynical but still adventurous characters in a post-World War II or 1950s setting, that is box office gold. We also have to address the return of Rachel Weisz. As we discussed in our last update, fans were devastated when she didn't return for Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. No offense to Maria Bello, but there is only one Evelyn Carnahan O'Connell. The news that Weisz is in active talks to return alongside Brendan is the final piece of the puzzle. We are hearing that the script treats the relationship between Rick and Evie with a lot of respect. They aren't just there, they are the leads. The People magazine report highlights that the great love the public has for these actors is the primary driver behind the production speed. In an industry currently obsessed with go woke, go broke, or cold corporate reboots, The Mummy 4 is leaning into something much more powerful. genuine nostalgia. People don't just want to see the characters, they want to see these specific actors together again. The studio knows it, and they are moving heaven and earth to make sure the schedules align. Now, I want to make a bold prediction here. I've been analyzing the cultural temperature surrounding this movie, and I truly believe that if Universal sticks to the plan, if they keep the original cast, the radio silence directing style, and that 1999 feel, this movie is going to do Avatar-level numbers at the box office. I'm serious. Look at the success of Top Gun Maverick. Look at the initial hype for Avengers Endgame. There is a segment of the global audience, spanning across multiple generations, that has a deep, visceral love for The Mummy. It's a comfort franchise. It's a movie that families watch together. Brendan Fraser is currently one of the most beloved human beings on the planet. His Oscar win for The Whale didn't just give him a trophy, it gave him a level of goodwill capital that most actors only dream of. When you combine that Brenaissance energy with a franchise that already has a multi-billion-dollar track record, you are sitting on a goldmine. I predict that this won't just be a hit, it will be a cultural event. People will go to the theater just to cheer when Brendan Fraser appears on screen for the first time. If they get the tone right, if it's a grand, sweeping adventure with amazing practical effects and the same sense of humor, we are looking at a $1.5 billion to $2 billion global run. It is the perfect storm of nostalgia and modern star power. And here is where things get even more interesting. The Screen Hollywood team has had some internal confirmation regarding the financial backing of this film, and let me tell you, the budget for The Mummy 4 is going to be massive. Universal isn't playing around. They aren't treating this like a mid-tier legacy sequel. They are positioning this as their primary tentpole for whatever year it releases. We are hearing rumors of a production budget exceeding $200 million. Why such a big number? Because they want to go big on the scale. We're talking massive practical sets, global locations, and top-tier VFX. But more importantly, a huge chunk of that budget is going towards securing that original cast. You don't get Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, and John Hannah back for cheap anymore. These are high-caliber, award-winning actors now. But Universal is willing to pay. They know that a $200 million investment in The Mummy 4 is a much safer bet than a $200 million investment in a new, unproven IP. They know the audience is already there, waiting for them to open the doors. By giving radio silence a massive war chest to work with, the studio is ensuring that the film will have the spectacle required to compete with the likes of Marvel or Avatar. One thing that sticks out in both the Screen Rant and MSN reports is how quickly things are moving. Usually when a project like this is announced, it lingers in talks for years. But for The Mummy 4, we are seeing a level of urgency that is rare in Hollywood. Universal understands that they are sitting on a ticking clock. The love for Brendan Fraser is at a fever pitch right now. The nostalgia for the 90s/early 2000s era of adventure movies is at a peak right now. They want to capture that lightning in a bottle before the trend shifts. By attaching radio silence, a duo known for working efficiently and delivering high-quality results on tight schedules, Universal is signaling that they want this movie in theaters sooner rather than later. If they can get an early 2026 filming start, we could be looking at a summer 2027 release. Think about that. After years of silence, we could be only 2.5 years away from seeing Rick O'Connell back in action. The speed of production tells me that the studio has total confidence in the script. They aren't second-guessing. They know they have a winner. They know that in a world of safe corporate movies, a genuine, fun, swashbuckling adventure led by the internet's favorite actor is a guaranteed win. At the end of the day, The Mummy 4 is more than just a sequel. It's a victory lap for Brendan Fraser. It's a chance for Rachel Weisz to reclaim one of her most iconic roles. And it's a chance for fans to finally get the closure and the quality that the third film failed to provide. With radio silence directing, John Hannah returning, and a budget that confirms Universal is going all in, the pieces are all on the board. The studio knows they are sitting on box office gold. If they can capture even 50% of the magic from the 1999 original, they are going to have a monster hit on their hands. Personally, I can't wait. Seeing Rick O'Connell load a shotgun one more time while Jonathan tries to steal a golden statue in the background, that's what cinema is all about. But what do you think? Are you excited to see John Hannah reunite with Brendan and Rachel? Do you think radio silence is the right choice for the director's chair? And do you agree with my prediction that this could hit Avatar-level numbers if done correctly? Drop a comment down below and let's get the conversation started. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Screen Hollywood for more exclusive production updates, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. I'm Adam, and I'll see you in the next one.